Right, good morning, fisher people. It is April the 9th, Sunday the 9th. I cannot forget that day because I've hardly slept at all last night. It is the Carpa final here at Hayfield Lakes. I'm sat in the van. He is sat down. He's not really that small. He's my good friend Andy Kinder. He's going to actually explain everything that's going off today. I've not slept, as I've just told you. I've been doing press-ups, sit-ups, stretchers.
He come walking into Rocky music, did I? Like the light, he come walking into it like...
Big beam on my face, always excited. They've never known me here as early as this.
No, we actually thought you'd chip bed on. Yeah. We'll let him off for once. But yeah, Carpa final today, so yeah, it's built up from October when we started. Started it quite early this year, a couple of weeks early because we wanted to allow for any potential bad weather and things like that. And we've had to cancel too. So we've had a 21 match series.
Is that how many we've done? 21 matches?
Yeah, it's a 21. It's been a great
winter series, hasn't it?
It's been great, yeah. And one person can't make it today, so it's actually a 41 peg final. You've got 21 pegs on Ireland and 20 pegs on Adams. We run it as two separate matches, as you know. You were here last year. We run it as two separate matches. We have fantastic payout. I think on each lake there's 10 anglers going to get paid out of the 20. So 50% of the field is going to win a bit of money. Brilliant stuff. And it's £1,000 to winner on each lake.
So if you win on Ireland and you win on Adams, you are both a Carpa champion.
You're both a Carpa winner.
Yeah, winner.
Yeah, we do it on two lakes. It just makes it easier and it splits the money up.
And it's fair.
And it's fairer.
Yeah, it's a lot fairer.
Inevitably, one lake will fish better than the other, or you know, well, one would take all the money and the other you're just fishing for sections. So we started doing it like that a 3 years ago. And people like it.
Yeah, it was a great final last year. We had lovely weather as well last year. And there's a chance of it today as well, isn't there?
Yeah, it looks pretty cold at the minute, doesn't it?
It is. What is it? It's about 8 degrees, I think, at the minute. And it's got a breeze going, hasn't it? 6 degrees.
6 degrees, yeah. But there's quite a cool breeze blowing across it. But looking at whether it's gonna warm up. So yeah, we could be in for a good day.
Well, I hope so. So the payouts then. So we've got, well, we won't say so much payouts. I know it's £1,000 for winner, but it's first, second,
third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. And then top six, and then four sections.
Which is absolutely brilliant.
Which is brilliant. It ranges from £1,000 for first to £200 for sixth.
Yeah.
And £125 for a section of 5.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, there's one thing that, I mean, I spoke to you, yesterday or the day before. Which lake would you want to be on? And I'll be honest with you, I can't let my mind up.
I don't know. It's one of them. It swings and roundabouts. Adams has had all the form last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And I think Adams always fishes better than Island Lake as we're coming out of winter.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit smaller. The smaller lakes, it's a little bit shallower than Island Lake, so it warms.
There's a little bit more colour on it as well, isn't there?
Yeah, and it warms up quicker. It's a lot more sheltered than what Island Lake is. So I'm expecting either the Adams to throw the better weights up today.
Right.
But I'd like a good peg on Island Lake, I think.
Is that what you're fancying?
That's what I'm fancying, yeah.
I'm tending to sway towards Adams for myself.
That's because you've been catching some skimmers.
Because I've been catching carp. I've had.
Yeah, we've ran skimmers today though. You know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Cheers for that. But I've had 3 good matches on there and one good match on there. So end of the day, you take your chance.
You take your chance on both of them. Listen, you've got to be in it to win it. So you know you take your chances.
Yeah.
Who knows? Every day, you know, especially this time of year, just coming out of that cold spell and whatever. You know, like last week we expected it to fish really, really well, and it were hard. You know. But hey, that's fishing. It's why we come in it.
It is, yeah.
It's why it's fishing and not catching.
Well, there's one other thing. I always mention it on my videos, as you guys know. I'm not sure whether Andy watches all my videos, but from me and everybody else, because we all mention it, thank you very much to you and Steve Clegg for organising such a wonderful winter league. It's much appreciated. I organise stuff. How the heck he organises, the amount that he organises is beyond me. So well done, mate.
Thanks, on. Like I say,
good luck.
It's a big team thing, me, Steve, and obviously Robin and Nola. They give us the full complex all winter.
Yeah,
which is, you know.
So thank you, Nola and Robin. Get in. So there we go. draw in a few minutes. Well, no, it's not a few minutes.
Yeah, about 10-15 minutes when everybody's here.
When everybody's here, so we'll see you at the draw. We'll see where we get drawn. Let's hope he's on
A flyer.
the opposite lake to me.
Yeah.
Because he's been in some form, I'll tell you. So thanks a lot, Andy.
No problem.
Explain everything, and we'll see you at the draw. Fingers crossed for 2 good pegs.
Yep, see you guys.
Right, folks, as you've seen, 57 on island. I'm not thrilled. I'm not thrilled to bits with it. There were a couple of decent pegs left on, like Adam's 7 down here. I'd have really fancied that. That area has been the area for winter. I think there's still a few fish knocking about. If I was on island, I think I'd prefer to have an island chuck. I think these fish, with the weather how it's been, are coming into the shallower water. We will get some fish. Don't know. I just don't know. We'll see. We'll get down there. I think I've got wind off my back, so Waggler's going to come into play for certain. Method and bomb, and I will definitely prime something up with the pole somewhere along the line. I cannot ignore the pole. Let's just see how it goes, eh, folks? There's not the same kind of skimmers in there as what there is in Adams, which has been quite a good thing for putting me sort of 20 or 30 pound extra in net. I don't think I'm going to ignore it though. I'm still going to set something up. You just never know if it fishes mega hard and you end up with quite a few skimmers, or the smaller carp that are about 5 or 6 ounce. I don't know. You've got to look for big carp on there. Let's just give it a go. It was supposed to be sunny, but it's 6 degrees. It's still bloody cold. What's the weather going to be like, eh? Let's have a quick look. Will the sun come out? It's supposed to be... Oh, it's changed. I'd have loved it on Adams with this weather. It was supposed to be sunny, but it's all changed. But let's get down. Let's see how we get on, and let's get a few fish bobbed in the net. Right, 57. I think we're about a minute and a half, so I'll be quick. 57, I've been here before. I've not done great. I think best I've done is about £30. The fish used to be all in this area when it were really cold, but they're moving down there. As you can see, they've started pegging it, look, because of that. Island chucks, they're all coming in on that bar there on the point. But it's really deep here, and they could be shallow. I've got Andy Bailey to my right here. He's set quite a lot of shallow rigs up, different depths. My plan of attack, I'm short down here at 7 foot. I'm going to have a bomb line. I'm not going to go too far out at sorry, this way I'm going over it at 16 metres. I'm also setting a mugging, sorry, at 13 metres, and I'm setting a mugging rig, oh it's time, mugging rig stroke shallow rig to have a look over there. I've got a waggler rod set up, a method for the middle, and that's pretty much it. Same baits as usual, lots of 8mm pellets, some over soaked micros for the short line, bit of ground bait, micros there for the method, maggots, some sweet corn. So I'm going to try and keep it simple, see how he goes on with shallow, but I'm hoping I might get 1 or 2 on waggler and hopefully on the bomb. And I've still set the skimmer line up, which I'm going to bait up now. You never know, there's quite a lot of those smaller carp, we might get a few of those and a few slightly bigger ones. So I'm not holding my breath, folks. I don't really fancy it, but I'm just going to fish it to the best of my ability and see what we end up with. That's all you can do, folks. Right, so I'll see you during the match. Testing. Right, I've had 3 carp, but they're only small. I've got one about £2 and then these tiddlers that I've got on here now. This is on my short line, I've had nothing up waggler. Oh, it might be a little bit bigger, is this one? He is a little bit bigger. And Andy and Brian to my right have been catching shallow. Oh, that come out. Oh, nice one. So they've been a bit smaller than that. They've been catching shallow. Not prolifically, but they're just getting, I think Andy's had about 3, but better fish, one's about £8. I got one on the method. I've fed this short line, I've gone on it, I've not put any feed in yet, and I'm getting a bite every put in. I could do with some better fish turning up. I've got a lighter elastic on today, I don't want to bump any fish today. Get any decent fish, might take a bit longer to get in, but I'm not wanting to bump anything. See if we can get them all in. They've been catching shallow out there, it's not prolific at all. And there's fish topping everywhere. But I've never had a bite on the waggler, and I've been priming it for a good nearly an hour. I was expecting a bit of a response, but there was nothing. You watch, I've been getting a bite pretty much straight away on this short line so far. It might actually need refeeding, but we'll have a look. Bites have been pretty instant, so if there's nothing after this little put in, I'll probably just put a little bit more bait down. I've put 5 feederfuls on sort of my skimmer stroke carp and anything that goes line. I can leave that quite a bit before I go on it. And I keep feeding quite a few pellets on my 13-14 metre line. Well, I can't believe I've not had a bite on that. It's been going pretty much straight away. Ooh, yes, there we go. I knew there was something there, there had to be something there. And there's a toe right to left. And it's quite a strong toe actually. You look at the float, and it kicks left. As soon as it gets halfway down, it starts kicking left slightly. Which tells me on my feeder line, I can chuck it slightly left because the bait will move that way a little bit. More toe out there. And I could tell with the waggler as well with the toe. With the wind going to the right and the toe to the left, it stayed perfectly still, which is why I expected a few fish, but nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's not looking great for Nosh at the minute. I can't believe it. I'm gonna have to put a bit more bait down there, methinks. Slight indication, tiny little indication. Right, so I'm going to put a little bit more bait down there. And I'm putting it just short. That with a few pellets. Not a lot of bait. Even though they are starting to feed a bit better, I'm not piling loads in on these lines. So I'm going to go slightly to the right of my marker with that toe being where it is. Maggots, I tried maggot. Say it's different lake for the skimmers on here. Maggot work really well on Adams, but it's soft pellet here to get these bigger fish. There seems to be a lot of tiddly little roach on maggot, but I will keep giving it a go. I've got some corn as well, which I can try. See if that's created a response. I'm just going to put a few more pellets on my line. Where was it? Oh yes. That'll do for there. We'll get a few where the waggler was. Alright, let's see if that has created a bit of response, folks, eh? A guy on the opposite bank's fishing shallow. I've not seen him get out yet. Only these two to my right. End peg and what's my 57? It'll be 59 where Andy is. It's about 7 foot deep just down there. That's tiny. That felt like a little roach. 6mm pellet. 6mm pellet, little roach. How crazy is that? Just try a little piece of corn. Tiny little piece of corn. Stand out bait. Let's see how we get on with that. Well, it's feeling quite difficult, folks. I'm hoping we'll have something turn up on that pellet line at 13 metres, some big carp. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm struggling to get any weight in the net at the minute. Miles behind the two to my right. Just settling now, that. It did go. It did go. Tiny little bite, like a skimmer bite. Well, why there's no fish on that, I don't know, because that was just a belting bite straight under, no messing, nothing on. Semi-skimmed. And as you can see, it's not prolific, folks. It's hard going. They've not caught anything since you've been on to my right, so nobody's really bagging, but they've just got some better fish. And miles in front. And we're an hour and a half in, so struggling. It was the only area I didn't want to be in. It was all bumped off. This was the only spot I didn't want to be in. I didn't mind anywhere else except here. Can't believe it, can you? I have to say I didn't want any flyers, I might draw them. I really fancied the one I was on last week, peg 9 or peg 33 that I was on last week, that on Adams. I'd have been really happy on those. I've got a feeling they're going to do the business today. But on this lake, I'm not sure. Maybe in the shallower water up there. But these are doing all right to the right. I've got a feeling just down here, these are just these little carp. I need some 2-3 pounders. Getting 1 or 2 liners, and that went on. That probably were a liner, that. Maybe a lift if it goes under, folks. And it's just hooked into another one, shallow. Again, it keeps going under, but there's nothing on. Can't hit these bites. What's going off, folks? Probably just tiddlers pulling the sweet corn. Just got one about £2 there. And I think he set his stall out today just to fish shallow. There's quite a lot of shallow rigs there. Oh no, that was a tiny little roach. Right, it's just not happening, folks. We'll get back to you soon. Right, I've just gone on to me skimmer stroke anything line. Oh, and it is a skimmer. Not the quality that's in Adams, but the guy to my left was struggling to get bites. They keep catching 1 or 2 shallow. It's proving quite difficult, folks, but I'll keep soldiering on and just hope something turns up on the pellet line. I might have a go out there shallow. It's not something I were really planning on doing today, but I don't think you can ignore it if they're catching. We'll see how things go, eh? We'll just see how things go. I'm getting 1 or 2 fish, but nothing to shout about, folks. Nothing to shout about. Let's get back out. Keep plodding on. Keep feeding the lines that I'm hoping to catch on and hope something turns up. Not a lot to say. Not a lot to say. It's just not feeling great. I'm just not getting the vibe. If that makes any sense. You never know. You never know, folks. Something can turn up. It's in again, shallow. Putting a class angler is handy. Been in a few Fishermania finals. They're not massive fish, but at least he's getting 1 or 2 in. A lot bigger, damn sight bigger than ones I'm catching. And Brian's in again, up to to my right, so it might be worth having a look shallow. There we go, folks. Little update. Not fantastic. Let's just hope things improve, eh? Let's just refeed my waggler line out there. Not doing a lot of pellet, not a lot of feed. 3 or 4 pellets. And then on this 13 metre line I'm putting about 8 to 10 in. Twice. I'm hoping I'll get some better fish. That can work really well on the bomb line, and I can put a method over that if I want. I've noticed I decided on feeding 8 mils, and I've been doing alright with 8 mils, but I think they're feeding 6s on that shallow line. There we go, folks. About 4 carp, but not very big at all. 4 or 5 little carp and a skimmer. They're catching 2-pounders, and Andy's had one about. They're catching 2 to 4-pounders, and Andy's had one about 8-pound, I think. We need some of those. But there's not a lot of people catching. Not a lot of people at all. Odd one coming out down there. Looks like Andy Kinder's been in his margin down there. He's got the end peg. He were well happy with that one. I think I would have been as well. He knows this place inside out. Go on, the Kinder. The Kinder pot. Right. There we go, folks. Almost losing faith, folks. I've just not been able to get a bite anywhere, and I'm not on my own. There's a few. There's a regular down there, class angler, not even had a bite. And I thought, right, I'm going to leave this one in 10 minutes. And within 30 seconds of me reeling it in, it's just belted around. Andy Bailey to my right is fishing a lovely match. I mean, he's been really patient with it. It's not on fire, but he keeps picking 2 or 3 up. He'll have half an hour without anything, then 2 or 3 more. He's probably got about 40 pound. Apparently they're catching over there somewhere. But there's a lot of people sat on their hands. So we've got an hour and a half to go. This is absolutely dying. An hour and a half to go, and I've probably only got about 4 pound, if that. This is not happy that it's hooked at all. He's absolutely darting about. So he's not. I don't think he's a big one. I just think he's he's just a lunatic. And the Kinderex is about 20 pound on the end peg down there. We could do with an arrival somewhere, folks. I really have been twiddling my thumbs wondering what the heck do I have to do to get a bite on all my lines. I've tried shallow. I couldn't get a bite off that. Not an indication. It's not the biggest, but I'm just grateful. Very grateful it's turned up. So I'm beginning to lose faith, folks. It was just, you just know when it's not your day. It's probably about 4.5 pound. Got him on the method over my pellets where my waggler line is, so we'll give that another go and just see if things will just change a little bit for me, eh? Right, over and out. Well, we have got another bite. It's only a small one, this. I think it's one of those little carp. The same line. Little stocky, strange little bite. Alright, I'm going to put some bait close in and try that with half an hour to go. I'll leave it 45 minutes and see what we can see what else we can do, folks. Right, folks, there's about 15 minutes to go. I've not had another fish. Nothing's turned up on the short line where I've been putting pellets at about 13 or 14 metres. I've had nothing in the margin. Brian on the end peg, I think he's probably overtaken Andy now. He's been catching well in his margin. I think, I don't know, he's fairly close, but he's had 5 or 6 fish since we last spoke. And he's still in his margin, he's catching quite well. I think he's probably just beat Andy. I don't know how anybody else has been getting on. Simon a bit further down's had 1 or 2. Josh has had his first fish apparently. But he's fished rock hard. I've run out of ideas as to what to do. It's just been one of those days. I just cannot seem to buy a bite anywhere. Not a few fish, but nothing to compete. It's been a tough day for Nosh. The guy to my left, I think he's only had 1. Cleggy, Steve Clegg, specialist here. He's packing up. He's had enough. Don't know how Andy's got on. He'll probably had a few more end peg down there. But little midges knocking about. It's been a tough day, and there's been those guys opposite me. I've not seen them catching much. Don't know how peg 1 and 2 has gone on. But just cannot get a bite anywhere. Short line, nothing. 13 metre line, nothing. Nothing on the waggler. And nothing in the margin. I just can't get bites from anywhere. It's been a real frustrating day. What can you do? That's just fishing for you. I will go to the presentation, so we'll see who's caught what. I've got a feeling that Adams will have fished a damn sight better than this lake. It was the lake I really wanted to be on. What more can I say? Very disappointing day, folks. Not the final I wanted it to be. And Brian's in again, another one from his margin. So well done, Bri. Just nobody. Everybody's chatting. I don't think there's been a great deal caught. So that'll be it from me. Short, sweet video as far as the fishing goes. We'll see you at the presentation. We'll see how see who's the Carpa champion. I know he's got a nice lump there. Brian, nice fish. I think he's definitely beat Andy. So there we go, folks. We'll see you at at the weigh-in and the presentation.
collecting 600 quid. Click one. In second place, with a weight of £77.5, Andy Sellers. And your winner and Carpa final winner on Adams, with a weight of £79.50, really tight match. Couldn't happen to a nicer bloke. Nick Houghton! The collect is £1,000. Anybody wants a drink, see Nick? Right, which moves up to our top three on the day. Very, very close top three. In third place, collecting 600 quid with £55.8, Martin Wood. Which leads us to our runner-up of the day. Watched him catch a load of fish all day long. Cleggy's got necky, watching him, but never mind, sorry Steve. With a weight, can't mind it seemed like a lifetime, he says. With a weight of £73.2, collected 800 quid, that's sure. Which leads us to our fourth winner of the day on Island Lake, and what can you say about him? He's new up to Hayfield this year, caught by none other than Andy Sellers, true gent of the sport, caught loads of fish in his lifetime, £76.14, collected 1,000 quid, Ryan Sullivan. Next year.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's your results. And Adams has also fished. It's fished a bit better than Ireland, but the winning weights are only £3 more, so it's fished. There's been bigger weights than that caught recently, but you know, there's a lot of pressure on there. We've got Nick Houghton on the Adams Lakes with £79.15, so well done Nick, you are this year's Carpa champion and the mightiest fisherman. Well done, son. And Brian Sullivan on the end peg on Island to my right, was he 4 pegs down, 4 or 5 pegs down to my right on end peg. He's fished a cracking match, load of fish in the margins at the end. He is the Carpa champion for the Island Lake and this year's mightiest fisherman, so well done Brian. So a great series of matches run by Andy and Steve Clegg. We will be there next year, so lots of prizes to be had. I just felt like I couldn't do anything myself, so there we go. Not going to dwell on that. We're moving on to the next one. It's been a great series of matches, a great final, and lots of prizes to be had. Unfortunately, I won bugger all. So what's next for me? I think, let me double check. I think I'm at the Feeder Masters. Is it the first Feeder Masters or the second Feeder Masters? Or it's my first Feeder Masters anyway. We're in January, February, March, Pro. So next Saturday, yeah, I'm in a qualifier for the Feeder Masters at Barston Lakes next Saturday. That is my next match. I'm working the rest of the week. So there we go, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And people out there, if you fancy joining the Carpa League for next year, go on to Hayfield Lakes. Facebook page is advertised on there quite well. So if you fancy having a bash, get yourself down and get yourself entered. Chance your arm, you just never know. So there we go. So I hope you still enjoyed it, folks. Thanks for watching. It is absolutely free to subscribe to this channel. If you click the notification bell, you will get all our videos as we upload them, and a thumbs up would be very, very nice. So it's Barston Lakes for me. Come on then, Osh. Peg 124. That's got to give you half a chance, hasn't it? Yeah. So we'll see you down at Barston next week. Thanks for watching. Take care, folks, and don't forget, fish on.